And that's AFVN News to the Hour. Army Specialist Bob Moorcock reporting.
AFVN News, compiled from commercial and military news agencies.
And now, Dawnbuster with Army Specialist John Allgood.
American Forces Radio, the voice of home. Got there heavily.
Yeah, Elton John for the album Honky Chateau, and that's Hercules.
American Forces Radio.
It's 6:10 and you got it. Hello again. This is Army Specialist John Allgood back on the radio. People often question me why I can sound so happy and such a good mood when I first come to work early in the yawning. Well, it's very simple. I fantasize myself in funny situations. A moment ago, I was picturing myself in the men's room in the Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Saturday in the park.
At Chicago, it's Saturday at the park for the top 10 at AFVN. It's 6:14 and they got it. You're old enough to vote. So what? What are you going to do about it? Sit on your duff until after the elections and then complain about how the rest of us voted? That's what a lot of American servicemen are going to do. Well, the Armed Forces has made an all-out effort to get you to vote. There have been thousands of radio and television announcements, hundreds of articles in print, thousands of posters, commander's call, and reminders from everybody from the president on down. But no, you prefer to sit and wait until after the elections and then you'll gripe. And you'll write home and tell everyone you didn't know. That's a lot of bull and you know it. There's a voting officer just a minute or two from where you are right now. See him and he'll tell you how to do it. Now, either put up or shut up. All right, thank you there, myself. It's now 6:15, 15 minutes after 6 with AFVN's early morning Dawnbuster thingery. And I'd like to dedicate this next record to the MP who gave me a ticket for running a red light on the way to work this morning, just to show that there's no hard feelings. Now, normally I think I could have talked my way out of running a red light ticket, but this one was on the back of his motorcycle.
Does he love me? I want to know.
That's Betty Everett, 64 souvenir from AFVN, being the Shoop Shoop song. It's now 6:18, 18 minutes after 6, and if this show turns out like I expect, I get my pick of listeners' ears when it's all over. Oh, this announcement was handed me just as I came in the studio. The Sweet 16 birthday party for Lolita has been canceled because of illness. Morning sickness. Well, more on that later.
Much more music for you on American Forces Radio.
6:19 with a 70 souvenir from James Taylor. True story. Fire. It rained.
I'm around now. Thought I'd see you.
6:21 Taylor with Fire. It rained. And ever wonder why people stare at you when you walk down the street? My what is open? Oh, my. No, senior NCOs are responsible for ensuring their personnel files in Washington are kept up to date. Now, outdated or incorrect information could result in a loss of a promotion, or it could keep you from getting an assignment that you have been wanting, or any number of other hardships. Now, you can have your files reviewed by mail by writing to Headquarters, Department of the Army, DAPO EPC SR, Washington, D.C., zipper 20310. Now, let me give you that address once again, because I'm pretty sure you probably didn't get it the first time, okay? DAPO EPC SR. Washington, D.C. 20310.
American Forces Radio.
I can just see it 25 years from now. Some old couple sitting in their living room, and this record comes on the radio, and he says, "Listen, dear, they're playing our song. Spirit from Feedback, at which 623 from AFVN.
She's all of 18, she's every young man's dream.
Hey, it's Spirit, and which at 628 from AFVN.
Hello.
Yeah, John, I heard you reading the temperatures a minute ago, and you mentioned Hell, Michigan. I wanted to know if you wanted some pictures of Hell, that thriving metropolis of the Midwest.
There are pictures of hell?
Well, I've got a few, just the main attractions, though.
What do they look like?
They look like hell. Don't laugh in my ear. It's rude. You know that, you're rude. And I don't think your show's very good. You say obscene things on the air.
Thank you.
The ink is black, the page is white.
This is the American Forces Vietnam Network, where the hits just keep on coming.
American Forces Radio.
Okay, grab your watch right by the crank and set it. It's 632 from AFVN. That's Crow, an evil woman. Don't play your games with me. It's 635 from AFVN. And, anyway, thank you there. My engineer got carried away. He thought I was ready to go into another record. I'm not quite ready to play that record yet. Just hold it a second there, Oliver. Don't get carried away. Oliver's had a rather rough morning this morning. Looks a little hanging around the edges. Anyway, it's 636 from AFVN.
American Forces Radio. Puts it all together.
Hit all over the country. Daniel Boone and Beautiful Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Hit record, coast to coast, sporting to butter, all over the U.S. of A. That's Daniel Boone's Beautiful Sunday for the All-American Stateside Survey here at AFVN. And it's 639.
Because as a child, he found his father leaving a nickel under his pillow. Newton Snookers, a student of dentistry, secretly devotes his life to giving coins to those whose teeth fall out of their mouths.
This is the club known as the Flaming Pit of Hades.
Oh, how quaint!
Tune in again when AFVN will present the exciting adventures of the Tooth Fairy.
One radio. American Forces.
It's 642. That's Little Darling by the Diamonds from 1957. Did you know that song in actuality was a spoof on the rock and roll music in the 50s? It was, yes it was. Who cares, huh? 644 from AFVN. This is Allgood from the top 10. Hold your head up. Maybe hard to do after all that beer last night, huh? Allgood for the top 10. That's Hold Your Head Up. It's 647 from AFVN.
Hey, man, may I borrow your raincoat?
What happened to yours?
Somebody took it.
Well, why don't you use your poncho?
Well, they got that, too.
Oh, here. How come you're always losing so much stuff? Don't you ever lock it up?
Well, yeah, man, but you know how it is. Sometimes I forget.
You ought to be more careful. Get a lock for your locker and lock it. I'll bet you've lost $200 worth of stuff this year.
$237.69 to be exact.
Say, have you got a light?
Yeah, here, let me see if I can find... Oh, want to make that $239.42?
I have a vehicle that I need to register, and I've often wondered what it's like to have to do that. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up and just find out about that.
U.S. Embassy, Vehicle Registration Division.
Hello. I've been trying to call you people for quite some time, but I guess you're really rather busy over there. But I would like to register a vehicle.
I see, sir. Are you a civilian or are you in the military?
I'm in the military. I'm a disc jockey here at AFVN. I do the morning Dawnbuster program.
I see, sir. In order to register a vehicle, you need permission from your commander, written in 3 copies.
Well, I have permission from my commander to register this vehicle. Let me describe it to you. It's
Well, all right, sir.
It's black, and it has 3 wheels.
It's black and has 3 wheels.
Yes.
Is it a motorcycle with a sidecar, sir?
No, it's a tricycle.
I see, sir. Does that tricycle have a motor?
That's Stephen Stills from the Manassas album. And that being the Rock and Roll Crazies, it's 6:52 from AFVN. My phone call to the embassy to try to register my tricycle kind of frumped out. I'm going to try some more phone calls this morning. Some that you may be interested in, like we're going to try to call the world record holder for standing in a shower. This guy has stood in a shower for 169 hours. He's out of the shower now. We're going to try to call him up this morning. And we have a spokeswoman from the Chest Testers program, which should prove to be interesting, which is coming up later on in the Dawnbuster. Right now, we're going to take a break for Will Chaplin's Meditations and some news, 7:15, some sports, and I'll be back with part number 2 at 7:20.
In the standings, Detroit leads Baltimore by a game and a half, and Chicago a half game over Oakland. That's Sports Page. This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
This is the American Forces Vietnam Network.
You're listening to Dawnbuster with Army Specialist John Allgood.
American Forces Radio, the voice of home.
Melody. It laid out Candles in the Rain. From her album, The Four Sides of Melody. And boy, I would have loved to have been in the studio when that song was recorded. Sounded like they were really having a ball there, didn't it? Yes. It's 7:27 from AFVN. Welcome in to part number 2 of the Dawnbuster.
American Forces Radio.
I'm a disc jockey, and my parents won't admit it, though. They think the term disc jockey isn't prestigious enough. They tell their friends I'm employed by a worldwide electronics firm that services radios. I wonder what they would say if I was a Roto-Rooter man in L.A. Oh, our son is very involved in Hollywood Bowl activities. Sailcat for the top 10.
Tell your daddy and your mama too, you got something. We'll see the world from our Harley, the chain don't break.
This is the American Forces Vietnam Network, where the hits just keep on coming.
American Forces Radio.
Well, it's 7:30, right on the money. We had our Tuesday outing, Temptation.
You got a smile so bright. You know you could have been a candle. You made my life so bright. You make me feel alright. You make me feel alright. American Forces Radio. Puts it all together.
It's 7:33, and those hits just keep on coming from AFVN. I'd like to dedicate this song to the rather petite secretaries here at AFVN who wear oversized men's shirts instead of dresses. The censor would like to tell you girls to get your shirt together. Boy, that song makes me feel just like a male chauvinist pig. That's Green-Eyed Lady. It's by Sugarloaf. It's 7:36 from AFVN.
This is Steve Stills, and all I got to say is speed kills, so watch it, put it down, do it now.
Okay, it's time to have another phone call here. Let's see. Let me pick up the phone here.
Is this the Dawnbuster program?
Yes, it is.
Are you the Dawnbuster man? The jock? Are you the disc jock? Are you the?
I certainly am.
You the? Would you play for me? I want a song for me. Would you play Allgood specialist?
Yes.
I have a problem speaking.
I've noticed.
Yes, so do you.
Well, thanks. Same to you, fella. Come on. Pardon?
Could you play a song for me?
Yes. What song would you like to hear? I'm always glad to play anyone's request.
It's an oldie. Eat from Annie.
Would you please repeat that?
Fine, I don't want to gotcha.
7:37. David Crosby. Graham Nash for the album Crosby Nash. And Girl to Be On My Mind.
Come another year.
Graham Nash, David Crosby for the album Nash and Crosby. It's Girl to Be On My Mind, which reminds me, Girl to Be On My Mind, which, a young man falling in love, which usually leads to engagement, which usually leads to marriage, which you can tell a marriage is going wrong whenever he cuts the wedding cake and she says, "None of that for you. You're getting too fat."
American Forces Radio.
7:40 from AFVN. Dawnbuster, Isley Brothers, Hitbound, Pop That Thing. Yeah.
Pop that thing. American Forces Radio.
It's 7:44 to yawn, and those hits just keep on coming from AFVN. You can benefit from your time in the military long after you've gotten out. You can do it with a GI Bill. Money for an education, low-cost home loan, and one of many other benefits are yours with a GI Bill. Check on it today with your VA representative. It's Gary Glitter, Rock and Roll, part number 2, a record which I didn't expect at all. It's 7:47 from AFVN with Jackie John all over the inside of the radio. The lips that have launched 1,000 blips. The servicemen and women from Florida. If you wish to vote in a November election, you must register. Now, if your state, you must register before October 8th. So see your voting officer. Find out how you can register to vote.
American Forces Radio.
This is Elvis in the Ghetto, which brings to mind my apartment.
As the snow flies.
That's Elvis in the Ghetto. 69. Souvenir from AFVN, which brings to mind my apartment, which down in the slums it may be, but irregardless, I've been trying to fix it up lately. So while on R&R at Bangkok, I bought a waterbed. Well, that presents a problem because I've got to ship my waterbed back to the States. So I decided, well, I'd call up whole baggage, and just see how to go about that. So we're going to do that right now.
522nd whole baggage, Thompson Road, Sergeant Myers speaking.
Hello, Sergeant, is this whole baggage?
Yes, this is, sir. This is whole baggage. What can I do you for?
I'd like to send something home.
Oh, really? Well, that's very good. We're open every day here, sir, between the hours of 9 in the morning, and we're open till noontime. What is it that you're sending here?
Well, you see, I think that my problem in what I have to send home here is rather unique. from other things.
It's not government property, is it, sir? You know you can't send government property home.
Oh,
You try-
no.
If you try and send...
This is a personal item. It's a waterbed that I
I
picked up
certainly
in
hope so,
Bangkok.
sir. I don't want you to send anything government property home. That's just not done, sir.
Oh, well, no, this is not a government property item. This is a waterbed. But you see, I have a problem.
A waterbed, sir. What,
Yes. I have a problem with this waterbed. This waterbed, it's the plug is stuck, and all the water is still in it.
The water is... So what rank are you, sir?
Daddy and the Juniors, 58 Souvenir at the Hive. Remember their American Bandstand, Dick Clark? And the Philly sound that was. And everybody, you know, was all rocking and bobbing at the Hop at 7:54 from AFVN.
American Forces Radio. Here's what's on at the movies.
Okay, partners, here's the way it shapes up. At Titanic Theater number 1, it's Godfather, rated PG with Marlon Brando. And Titanic Theater number 2 has Cauldron of Blood, rated PG with Boris Karloff. And Magpie Compound is Kidnapped, rated G with Michael Caine. Magpie Annex is Fragment of Fear, rated PG with David Hemmings and Gail Honeycutt. Benoit is Godfather. And Canto is Night of Dark Shadows, rated PG. Long Ben is Deep End, rated R. Da Nang Theater number 1 is The Cowboys, rated PG with John Wayne. And Da Nang Theater number 2 is Elvis. That's the way it is, rated G. Of course, it stars Elvis. Who else?
American Forces. Shine on me, sunshine, walk with me, world, it's a skip.
That's Donna Fargo for the top 10 at AFVN. It's the happiest girl in the whole USA. Donna Fargo is an English teacher from West Covina, California. I can just see some enterprising young lad now. Say, teach, after school, you want to go down and get a snow cone and some Kool-Aid? And I can imagine Donna's reply. Never proceed a sentence with a proposition. See, she's an English teacher. Oh, well, pardon me if I'm laughing, but you see, the newsman was just telling me about a story that's coming up on the news next. And that is, it's about a hijacker who fell out of an aircraft without a parachute. Call it Minnesota Splats. What's in store next hour? Well, we're still going to try to call that guy that spent 169 hours in a shower and a spokeswoman for the chest testers. Should prove to be interesting. See you at 8:05.
This is the American Forces Vietnam Network.
This is AFVN serving the American fighting man with information and entertainment 24 hours a day from transmitters in Da Nang, Pleiku, Nha Trang, and the Key Network station in Saigon, Vietnam.
A Jeep is a hard thing to misplace, but not hard to lose. Whenever you're responsible for a military vehicle, lock it. If possible, take the keys with you and try to keep an eye on it. And be especially careful whenever you park outside a military compound. Save yourself some grief. Don't tempt thieves.
It's 0800 hours and the top of the news. And that's AFVN News to the Hour. Army Specialist Bob Moorcock reporting.
AFVN News, compiled from commercial and military news agencies.
And now, Dawnbuster with Army Specialist John Allgood.
American Forces Radio, the voice of home. American Forces Radio.
Well, it's 8:08. This is the third part of the Dawnbuster program with Army Specialist John Allgood this morning. Not just another pretty face. I'm carrying a thing that looks like a purse. The guys have been laughing at me about it here around the station. Well, I've been carrying this ever since my girl found it on the front seat of my car. Holly, long, cool woman for the top 10.
Sat out all night, I walked downtown. Headed on.
When you get out of the service, you're going to have a ball, right? The Veterans Administration urges every soldier returning to civilian life to include the GI Bill and his plans for the future. Every serviceman coming home has GI Bill rights to a good education and a home loan. These rights are also very important to the former serviceman's future. If you're an eligible veteran who wants to make the best of those years ahead, write, call, or visit the VA office nearest you.
American Forces Radio.
It's 8:11.
Place on Cincinnati
Danny Williams, 64 souvenir, that being white on white. It's 8:13 from AFVN, and we're still going to try to call the world record holder for standing in the shower. It's Hal Holloway. Hal Squeaky Clean Holloway, who has a world record for standing in the shower. He stood in the shower for 169 hours. And we're going to try to call him up this morning, see if, we can just get his impressions, for lack of something better to say, just see what it's like to stand in the shower. 8:15 from AFVN. My phone's ringing. Hey, my phone's ringing again. Here.
Sir?
Yes.
I'm sorry to bother you. I don't know what you're doing right now, but,
Well, I'm a disc jockey, and I'm on the air at the moment.
Well, sir, could you spare me a minute? I'm from...
Why, I certainly can.
I'm from the telephone company here, and
Yes.
we've been having trouble with your lines here.
Really?
Yes, sir. We certainly have. And I was wondering if you could assist me in repairing the phone lines here.
Why, well, I'll try.
Okay. How much longer before your record runs out?
Well, no, my record is not on at the moment. I decided that I would give you all the airtime that you would want. I mean, considering that, see, I always leave my phone open so that I, can talk at any moment right on the air, see.
I see, sir. Maybe you're the problem we've been having. There's been the cords are getting plugged up here, sir. We've been getting hot air that's been popping the insulators.
Well, I don't know what that could mean.
Well, listen,
I'm sure that it's nothing that I have done.
Could you help me in repairing this phone, please?
Well, I'd be more than glad to try.
Okay. Take the piece in your hand.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you notice the top portion where you listen to, sir?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Would you please uncrew that?
Okay, wait just a moment. Let me unscrew this part, right? This part right here, and I get it. Okay, I have it unscrewed now.
Okay, now you'll look inside, you'll see a green, round, spherical thing with, it's got 7 holes in it, right?
Let me see. 1, 2, 7. Okay.
Very good. That's one thing that's wrong. We'll have to fix that later when we come in. Okay, now turn the phone upside down here, and it'll drop out.
Well, okay.
Oops, it certainly did. Mine just fell apart here. How am I going to fix the phone?
Okay, 816, different stroke for different folk. Slide the family.
Sometimes I'm right, and I can be wrong. American Forces Radio, straight ahead.
FTA, I quit. Now that I've got your attention, this is the Grassroots.
Divided by love, can only be one, and one is
A Grassroots there, million-selling hit record for them. It's from their album Move Along, and it's 2 divided by love, 821 from AFVN. R&R can be fun. Just ask me. I came back. Like 7 days in Bangkok, man. It's a gas. Anyway, 7 free lazy days. But listen, if you don't have your shot record with you, your R&R can be ruined. Now, without an up-to-date shot record, you won't be allowed on the plane. So get with it and be prepared for your R&R.
We have a guest on our show this morning. She's a spokeswoman for the Chest Testers program, and she's going to explain to us what the Chest Testers is. And your name, please?
My name is Bertha Floptopple.
Bertha, what is exactly the Chest Testers program?
We in the Chest Testers deal in brassieres. The Chest Testers program is a new method of gathering information on the needs of the average woman. Our motto is padding for the future.
With a motto like that, you won't get left flat.
Well, we give them a free bra.
There's no front money involved?
Not unless our subject needs a little extra support.
How has business held up so far?
It's blossoming out all over the place. But all in all, I find being involved in the Chest Testers program quite an uplifting experience.
Bertha Flop-Topple, I want to thank you for coming in this morning. I thought it only appropriate since this is a Top 40 show.
It's 5 o'clock this morning and the sun is...
I tell you what, that's a risque record. There's no doubt about it. John Denver's goodbye again. About the... Well, anyway, it seems that we've become obsessed with sex. I mean, everywhere you go, sex all over the place. Sex in advertisements, sex on records, sex everywhere. Sex education in schools, just sex. What? Your place or mine?
We'll be right back after we go to the bathroom.
Thank you, Carpenters. I needed that intermission. 827, Staple Singers, and This World.
This is the American Forces Vietnam Network, where the hits just keep on coming.
American Forces Radio.
It's 8:30 from AFVN with John and Ann Ryder. John and Ann Ryder, and I still believe in tomorrow. It's 8:33 from AFVN. You know, Brandy by the Looking Glass is the #1 record here for the All-American Stateside Survey, and we'll get around to playing it here in just a couple of minutes. And, you know, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because I have an idea for a diet. It's a drinking man's diet. Now, what you do is, once every hour, you drink a fifth of booze and a can of Metrical. You add 1 teaspoon of Spanish fly. And in 1 week, you'll be the skinniest, sexiest alcoholic in town. And
one thing that we all look forward to is that final walk up the gangplank to our Freedom Bird. Now, we all know what a gangplank is, right? But how about the gangplank test? Do you know what that is? It seems that some fellows were reporting in clean for their Diros urine test and then getting their heads in the clouds before the bird ever got off the ground. So randomly selected, a plane load of your Army types are given what is fondly referred to as the gangplank test. If you're one of those lucky ones selected and you're flying, you're grounded. But don't despair. They might let you have the pleasure of watching your Freedom Bird take off without you. Stay clean and go home on that bird on time.
okay, like I promised, I'm going to call up the world record holder. He's a guy who has stood in a shower for 169 hours. And we have been trying to call him up here. Not a number. Okay. We tried to call him earlier, but the first number we had was no longer in existence. And should get a hold of him maybe this time here. 2 ringy dingies. Engineer Oliver figured that they found out I was calling, and he's not going to answer. No answer, huh? Well, I bet I know. He's probably in the shower. That's Bobby Day and an old timer. That's from way back. Rockin' Robin, 1958 souvenir from AFVN. It's 8:38.
American Forces Radio.
Just like I promised, sound number one for the All-American Stateside Survey. A biggie from the Boulevard of Better Ballads. This is Brandy. Sound number one for the All-American Stateside Survey. That's Brandy by The Looking Glass. It's 8:41 from AFVN. And speaking of that, I've always had a secret ambition to be a bartender. And I applied for the job once. I didn't get it, though. Maybe I would have had better luck if I would have told them about the special drink I mix. It's called the Blizzard Blitz. Why all the blank expressions? You don't know what a Blizzard Blitz is? Well, it's Fresca and prune juice. You have to be careful how you mix it, though, or you'll snow in your pants.
G.I. Bill makes the going great.
It's 8:42 from AFVN. This is John Kay for the album by Forgotten Songs and Unsung Heroes and Many a Mile.
I've damn near walked this world around.
That's John Kay, solo, from Steppenwolf, his first solo album. And one of the songs for that album, Forgotten Songs and Unsung Heroes, that is Many a Mile. It's 8:46 from AFVN. Say, let your tour here in NAM count for something. Say 10%. You can, you know, when you put your money in the 10% savings program. You can have any amount deducted from your pay each month for 10% savings. So go home with money in the bank.
American Forces Radio.
I'd like to play a song for Air Force Sergeant Max Cook. This is Arlo Guthrie.
Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central.
That's Arlo Guthrie's new hit record, The City of New Orleans, from the survey rated number 19, as a matter of fact, and it's 8:51 from AFVN.
More music, much more music for you on American Forces Radio.
69 souvenir from the original cast, The Legend of One Tin Soldier. The Legend of One Tin Soldier. It's the original cast. And, let me look at my watch here and see what time it is. See, I'm wearing the latest in personality wrist watches. And being the Yippie watch, the big hand is what? Same to you, fella.
So your heart broke. You sit around hoping, crying. Everybody plays the fool sometime. No exception to the rule.
Everybody plays a fool from the main ingredients. We're a takeoff on that thing about all the world's a stage. We're merely jesters or something. Well, that's it. Gotta quit splitting, all that kind of stuff. Remember, the stronger sex is a weakness for the weaker sex. Is why there is a weakness in the stronger sex for the weaker sex. And love is bigger than football. Bicycle.
This is the American Forces Vietnam Network.
This is AFVN, serving the American fighting man with information and entertainment 24 hours a day from transmitters in Da Nang, Pleiku, Nha Trang, and the Key Network station in Saigon, Vietnam.
With Samuel T. Harsey, Social Security number 247-70-4896, or anyone knowing his whereabouts, please call the Provost Marshal at 922-3404 or 155-EMERGENCY.